Hello, traders, and welcome to TradingWithBill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Pattaya, Thailand. And my friends, we got blue skies today and a bright sun here at 6:54 in the morning. That'd be 1954 on a Tuesday night on Wall Street. Good to be with you this morning. Stuff's happening. Charts are moving. That's a good thing. And no rants today. I don't have anything to rant other than, all right, I finally get, what's up? Well, I know why. But so they said like 3 weeks ago in Thailand that, it's going to start getting cool. It's going to start getting, chilly, wintertime. Yeah? The last 2 days, I think, have been the two hottest days of the year. Cooking out here. Like during the day, normally I just open my doors, my windows, and, it's beautiful. The last 2 days, that air conditioner's been working. I'll be paying for that at the end of the month. By the way, and I can't blame the weather people for that. It's, Thailand's close to the equator, and you just never know what's going to happen. All right, let's get to it. Let's take a look at what's going on market-wise. Looks like some RBA guys speaking. Who really cares? Wow. China, new loans comes out today. Some ECB guys speaking. Who cares? CPI out of the pound today, month-on-month, year-on-year for September. CPIH, I have no idea what that is, but it's year-on-year today. Comes out. PPI out of the pound today, all around the board. The euro has core CPI year-on-year for September and month-on-month. Let's see. EU economic forecast. That ought to be an interesting. Whatever they do, they put out. I guess they just tell you what they think's going to happen. Wow, as this Brexit issue gets more intense every day, I really don't know a lot that's going on. I'm not from that country, of course. I only can tell you what I read in the local papers here, but it just seems like it's heating up. Like they're starting to getting serious now. Out of the U.S. today, it looks like we got some building permits. That'll be interesting for September, and then month-on-month for September. What else we got? Housing starts comes out today. Manufacturing sales month-on-month for Canada today. Oh, it's oil day. Crude oil inventories, crushing crude oil inventories, and that'll wrap up our day. I always tell you when a president of a bank speaks. So German Buba president, I think it's Wiederman, speaks today. I'm sure I messed that name up. I do it all the time. You'd think after all these years of doing this, I would know how to say the man's name. I don't. Let's take a big what happened in the U.S. session. Bada bing, here we go. Okay, crude, doing this little dribble thing to the upside. Remember we talked about this yesterday about, I really didn't want to do anything here on crude, and it looks like it's at 72.63. It just looks like I don't know. Maybe it's going to work its way up. If I was trading this, and I wish I was, I'd be taking this to the upside. Except if you look left of the chart, you can see that this is at resistance from these two candles right here. So it's up against this resistance area, but if it pops out, we're back to 74. Because from that area to 74 is wide open space, right? There's really nothing here, and we can head back up to 74. We'll see. Man, don't listen to what's out there. I mean, I've got people saying it's going to 90, 80, and back down to 30. I saw this all yesterday, like in one trading day. 90, 80, and back down to $30 a barrel. Where do these people get their information from? I have no idea. Dollar index currently
it's 7 hours.
It's 7 o'clock. Currently, the dollar index on this is at 95.07. Gold, made a nice move to the upside, but absolutely lost it. I was in the U.S. session for about an hour and a half, and it was up. And I guess late in the U.S. session, it decided to take a little tumble to the downside. VIX is at 1762. Beautiful. I know, you're probably saying, well, look at all them red candles. Well, it's not normal for the VIX to be at, 28, right? And it was pretty close to that. And what was it? I'll tell you exactly what it was. Yeah, 28.83. I mean, that's just unusual. You know, we're at 17. I'm okay with that. Just let that hang out there. ES has had an up day yesterday. We were expecting that. However, today we start with a red candle. But, you know, of course, you know, we're going to get some kind of a correction. Let's understand that it's still a bullish market. Okay, again, the media wants to tell you, well, in this big crash, the doom is here and all that. It's still a bullish market. You know, hey, listen, people lost a lot of money in the last 2 weeks. You know, this correction that has been forecasted forever. You know, people took some big hits. I mean, the ESs have taken some big hits. There was actually a number that came out, and I don't remember what it was, but it's a lot of money that people lost with this move to the downside. You know, but, you know, understand, this is still a bullish market. Euro futures /6E. Just sell it. Just sell the euro. I mean, you know, I just sound like a broken record on that, don't I? Just sell the euro. Why would you even want to think about buying the euro? No, sell the euro. It's only going to get worse. You know, it's only going to get, it's not going to get any better, right? Until all this, you know, Brexit thing and all this stuff stops, it's just going to continue to get worse. You know, it's not, or maintain. Let's say it's not going to get worse. It's going to maintain. It's just going to stay there. It's not going to do anything. But we don't want to be buying the euro. Okay, that's not a good move. And please, for those of you in Europe, I am not against you or your country. But we're talking about finance here. We're talking about trading and you know, trades. I'm not talking about you have a bad country or not. It's totally about trading, but you don't want to be buying the euro now. It's not the time. It's not the time. So that's what happened in the U.S. session. Yes, so that's what's going on. Let's get to the charts. Pick of the day. Look at this New Zealand dollar. Is this sweet? This is really sweet. Now, by the way, this little bullish move it made here, that's not usual on the New Zealand dollar. And I didn't buy any of this, by the way. I wasn't in this. This was nice. Right? This was nice. Whoop, to the downside, that was a nice trade. If you got in it, you know, now it's now it's doing the wiggle move. But I want to sell this. Right? I want to sell this. I don't want to buy this. We're coming up to an area of resistance. I want to sell this. And I don't say this very often, but I aggressively want to sell this. Yeah, I aggressively want to sell this. I want to get in this trade. This current green candle that's coming out is not helping me at all. Unless it comes up to this, you know, 0.6570 area, right? If it goes back up to 6,600, that's great too. I'll sell it from there. But, you know, we're not going to buy here, right? We're not going to buy into resistance, right? It's on an up move, but we're not buying into resistance. I do like that it's sideways. It can't really get a grip on whether it wants to go up, whether it wants to go down. It really doesn't have an idea what it wants to do, but I want to sell this. And I'm not too worried about the 55. Wow, that's unusual for me to say that, but I'm not worried about this 55. You know, if I can get 2 red candles, I'll take it and just go below that. Where's your stop going to go? 0.6620. We'll give it 25, 30 pips. That's it. My trade's only a 50-pip trade today, as you can see on this chart. It's only a 50-pip trade. We're going to get out at the 200 exponential moving average, 0.6520. We're going to get out of this thing. We're going to bail out, right? I like to scale out of my trades. I know some people like to full throttle. I full throttle into my trades. That's just the way I was taught. There's no, you know, I don't think there's a bad way or a good way. Some people go in light and then add to their positions. I'm the opposite. I go in full throttle and then I scale out. I think at the end it all comes out even, to be honest with you. So that's what's going on with New Zealand. I think that's a highlight of the day here. Being that I went on my little rant about the euro, let's see what she looks like. So here we are. Here we are. Now this is from, well, I'll tell you what this is from. When is this? This was the 15th. So this was Monday. And it really has done nothing. It's been absolutely sideways, right? Absolutely nothing. So, like, what's the plan here? Well, I don't have a plan because the only thing I would want to do is I would want to sell this, right? Let's get rid of all this stuff, right? Let's get rid of all that. There we go. I would want to sell this below the 200 exponential moving average, right? Boom. We'll sell that, okay? We'll sell it there. Alrighty. Let it break the 200. Retest it. Retest it. Now, what pair was it? There was a pair yesterday that actually went down below our mark. Wow, sorry guys, ladies. Went below and actually went back the other way, so it was like a fake, right? I didn't get in that. I don't remember which one. I only had one trade yesterday, and that was an Aussie. That was an Aussie, and I watched that in Asia. I saw it trickling down. I got in late. I think I got 17 pips, but I got something, right? 17 pips, I'll take it, and I bailed out of it. Okay, but I got in late. I got in like 4 candles late, which is 2 hours, right? So I got in late, but I will take a look at that. But yeah, I did got some pips out of the Aussie yesterday. So here, we want this to break below this 200, retest it, show me maybe one red candle, and then we'll get into it and take it to the downside. My friends, this is a wide open space. There's nothing here. We're looking at 1.1400, right? We're looking at 1.1400. Right? Bang, right? So, I think this has, some good stuff here. This is just a wide open space. We got to watch this. This just looks really, really nice. Really nice for that move. Let's take a look at the pound. So here we are on the pound, and we got some stuff that we had. Well, apparently my analysis didn't work, huh? Right? We wanted to sell this. If you got in this, you were okay. You got some pips, but not much. You got to this 3140 area, and boom, it went up sideways and then just cranked up to the upside. This trend line didn't work. Sometimes it just doesn't work, right? Sometimes it just does not work. So here we are at the pound here, now at this 1.3190 area, right? And we're in a mess here, right? We're just in spaghetti here. We got all the moving averages together, major confluence area. What's it going to do? What's it going to do? I don't know, but I'm not doing anything, right? I mean, it did finally fill the gap. Remember we talked about the gaps? Filled the gap, right? So, I would say do something like this. Do something like this. Here's your range. You want to play this little range game here. It's in the center of the range, so we're not going to do nothing, right? So at 30, so say it gets down to 3170, you could take it down to the bottom of the range. It'll give you like 25, 30 pips until you get into the support area. So you can trade that, but of course we'd rather see this come back up and then come back down, or it's fine to sell that here. Right? So, we'd love to sell it here, but I'm not against selling it here. Right? I am not against selling it here. And I'm not against selling it here. Right? I want to sell that. Okay? Now, what if you say, well, I want to buy it? Right? Well, there's nothing wrong with buying it here. The problem is you're battling that double zero, right? That 1.3200 area, a whole number that you're fighting with right here. And apparently, that's what the markets think too, because here's 3,200 and it can't get above it, right? And it's a mess left of the chart. It's a mess left of the chart. You got a lot of resistance left of the chart. So I like to give both sides of the trade, but the buying here just doesn't look like a good idea. Just gonna have to leave this, it's got to make a move. I prefer to take it to the downside. And if you're going to take it above to the upside, you've got to get 32.10, right? You've got to get some confirmation that you're going to be okay. And understand, at 32.30, you come up against strong resistance. I'd go in, if you're going to do that, man, you got to lower your lot size down to like the minimal that you would trade. You sure don't want to go in this full throttle. I would say we're probably looking at London open, or even maybe close to London lunch before we get a trade out of this pound today. Doesn't look like it wants to do anything quickly. Here's our Aussie. So this Aussie trade, Wow, this thing was side. Where did I get in this? It was here. Yes, there we go. Okay. It was here. See this down move here? I thought I was going crazy here for a second. See this down move here? Yeah. I got in it like this red candle right here off this 55. And like I said, I only picked up I think it was 18 pips or 17 pips. And I got out. I just, again, always left to the chart, but I got out. It came down to this 200, which was the target area, and it hit it, right? The target area was this. I got out too early. I got out in this doji, I think, is where I got out. And this comes down to the target, right? You know, I was micromanaging yesterday. The last thing you want to do in trading is micromanage. Put your stuff in there and go to something else. Don't be watching the charts. And I did yesterday. Hey, I'm not perfect, that's for sure. But yeah, I micromanaged this because, I thought this was going to pop back up. And eventually it did. But it absolutely came to my profit area, right? 200 exponential moving average. It did do what we said it was going to do. Pops back up. Now we're ready to sell it, right? Now we want to sell it. We'll take it back down. But I'm not fighting the 55 exponential moving average. That being the teal line on the chart. We're not going to fight that bad boy. That's got to close below that teal line, which is 71.30. It's got to close below that. Then we'll talk about getting into it. And of course, if you get down to the 200 exponential moving average, you only got a 20 pip trade. That's okay. Listen, I'm not against 15 and 20 pip trades. If you're in 3 or 4 trades a day and 2 of them work out, you're close to 60, 70 pips a day, you're having a good life, all right? Really, even if you trade mini lots, right? You're doing okay if you can do this in 2 or 3 pairs a day. Today is probably the best day that I've seen as far as opportunity to get into some pairs here and make some moves to grip some profits today. I think we're finally equaling out. Monday was horrible, wasn't it? Ooh. Now, the next thing is this, right? That's out of here. That's like a false there, right? Yeah, we want to do one of these, right? We want to do one of these. We want to sell this bad boy. This gets below this 200. Yeah, we want to sell this. Just be careful. What's right below there? Yeah, 7,100, right? Double zeros. So the 200s are like 71.15. I'd probably wait till it gets below and really shows me it's got some stuff. The positive move on this is this space in here is wide open. It's a wide open space here. There's not a lot of Forex junk here. And if this breaks below the 200, I think we're in for a nice ride. And we have no data, right? There was no data coming out of the Aussie today. So this is a technical trade. So we'll see what happens. Need some help from the dollar? Not that, the Aussie, yeah, we want to sell it. Definitely want to sell it. It's been at this resistance level for a long time. Right? It's been at this resistance level for a long, long time. What else we want to take? Let's take a look at the Euro New Zealand. Now, I would think it's going to be, I was going to say sideways because it's week against week, right? But it's not. Actually, the New Zealand's stronger than the Euro. That's scary. But it's a great looking chart, right? Look at this. Your 3 exponential moving averages, angle and separation, really nice. This is a nice chart. This doesn't look like, it's at support, but it doesn't look like it wants to give up here. This to me looks like, listen, it's saying, William, we're going to continue to play with you, and we want to continue to the downside. So how are you going to trade this? How are you going to do this? Well, fortunately for us, we have a thing called the Fibonacci tool. And I'm going to take the high, which would be right here. I'll just take this down. And I'll just move this over a little bit. Take it down to that last pop right there. There you go. I will take a spot to get in there. And there we go. How easy was that? There you go, folks. That's your first level right there. Right? At the 50% fib, take it back to the downside. 76.81. 76.80. And you know I like my 80s. Right? Nice move. That was like probably, that was an easy trade plan on this Euro New Zealand, right? just really, really easy to the downside. Just get your pullback, right? 50% fib. You can see its resistance. Let's take it, and we can take it to the downside, and we can have a really nice trade here. So we'll keep an eye on it. Euro New Zealand. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Looks interesting, to say the least. Well, my friends, that's going to wrap it up for a Wednesday. Can you believe it's Wednesday, right? Wow. Yeah, great stuff. Traders, thanks for being with me today. Thanks for all your support. And by the way, I do have to put out a comment that, man, the people that are following me on Twitter, I think I had 2 or 3 people yesterday start to follow me on Twitter. Thank you so much for your support. Twitter seems to really be growing. My YouTube channel is growing slowly, but Twitter is really, really putting out the followers. And thanks so much. I really appreciate your support. It's really nice when I picked up my phone at 5 o'clock this morning, and I had a new follower on Twitter. And thanks so much. Anybody who's Mr. Chang, I think is how you say his name. Thank you for your comment yesterday. Greatly appreciate it. Traders, have a great trading day. Always remember to trade smart, not hard. What? Let's have a little bit of fun. I will catch you tomorrow morning in Asia. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.